Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Here we are on the HD for mobile version of the game. I explained this in the announcement video for the Let's Play, but this is the definitive version of the game. Those of you who do not know, Professor Layton and the Curious Village was originally released for the Nintendo DS in 2008. It was published by Nintendo. However, here we are playing it on its mobile re-release. It has increased resolution for the cutscenes, as well as some cut content. It is just generally the best version of the game. It is a little weird playing on an iPad. I'm not the biggest fan of the mobile platform, but we're going to hop into this very classic puzzle game. There is quite the mystery we need to uncover here, and we'll be uncovering it together. Let's go ahead and start this off. So as you can see, the game is split into the top screen and the bottom screen, just as it was on the Nintendo DS. This is the view you see that we will be solving puzzles with and viewing some cutscenes in, but mostly we will be seeing this. This is just the bottom screen of the game. It is formatted in the proper way, and so it should be a little bit less jarring for you guys. But anyway, we're going to start up a new game. Here it says, please enter your name. So of course we're going to enter a name. All I could fit was subscribe, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's continue. We're going to go ahead and save into file 1, I suppose. And we're going to begin the prologue. Default settings are for video to play in portrait orientation. That is okay. Here we go. Our first cutscene of the game. Fully voice acted. Many cutscenes are. And also fully animated in the typical level 5 fashion. Very, very cool to see.
Professor, that's everything packed. Oh, is that all you're bringing with you?
A gentleman must try to travel light where possible, Luke.
Oh, and a gentleman's assistant must be prepared for any eventuality.
Well, you're certainly that. So then, let's get going.
So real quick, while we have a moment of silence, the man in the top hat is Professor Layton, first name Hershel. He is one of the main characters of the series. The series is named after him after all. The young boy wearing blue, his name is Luke Triton. He is sort of the professor's assistant. To my dear friend, subscribe.
The things we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see... I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
Though not all cutscenes are fully animated, and also not all text is voice acted, I will be doing the role of the voice acting there when applicable. A little bit of a fun fact is that Luke Triton is voiced by Lonnie Manella, and if that name or that voice sounds familiar from a series on the channel, it would be because she also plays Nancy Drew, or played Nancy Drew for the first 20 some odd games of the series. So if that sounds familiar, perhaps it's from there. Otherwise, she's also done work for The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I think she does World of Warcraft, Diablo, all sorts of things. Mostly either young boys and girls or actual demon monsters. So that's the range Lonnie Manella has.
Luke, my boy, do you really think I would take on such an ordinary request as that? Oh no, this is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose it would be best to explain the case before we arrive at our destination. 2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away.
I'm going to be able to do lots of commentary once we get past the prologue. Obviously, the prologue is a lot of just front-end story.
Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village. To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate. Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple.
Sounds like ant venom, am I right? Hunt for the golden apple.
But in the end, everybody came back empty-handed. It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until it's mentioned in the will.
Wow, that's some puzzle, all right.
And puzzles are what we like to solve here.
Quite. Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune just to create one more puzzle before his death. What a perplexing individual. I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have gotten along, Professor. By the way, just what is this golden apple anyhow?
Some speculate it's a rare antique, while others say it could be a gem, yet its identity remains elusive. But Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is linked to some larger mystery, something huge.
Ah, is that your famous intuition acting up again, Professor?
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope St. Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Hershel Layton.
Thanks for front-ending the title there, Luke. Yes, he is a archaeologist and also a puzzle-solving detective. And gosh, I wish I could speak.
Oh, Luke, you know as well as I do that I am no detective.
He's a puzzle-solving detective.
Augustus Reinhold's wife, Lady Dahlia, has asked me to investigate the situation.
Like you would ask a private detective.
It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request, huh?
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
If you say so, Professor.
Layton, she's a widow. A new widow at that.
By now, look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
You got it.
Alright.
What in the... What's this?
That's no map.
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
Yes.
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be a snap for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
And a snap it will be.
I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
There are over 100 puzzles in this game, and this is the main gameplay here. Puzzle number 1, where's the town? This puzzle is worth 10 picarats. The picarats is sort of like a score system where every time you fail to solve a puzzle, your picarats decreases, so it'll be worth 10, then maybe 8, then 6, then 4, etc. Obviously our goal is to max out on picarats. So here we go, this is the puzzle screen. We have the solution menu down here at the bottom. So as you can see, we can doodle all we want, and that's how we will give our solution. Let's read the puzzle. The puzzle is up here on the top. My village is on a road that leads to no other village. I look forward to seeing you there. We have to draw a circle around the right village and then touch submit. So there's all sorts of puzzles in this game. There's puzzles based in math, puzzles based in logic, puzzles that are word puzzles, things that are observation based, etc, etc. This one is a fairly straightforward puzzle. Of course, it is puzzle number 1. Basically, the village that, the road that the village is on is not connected to any other village. So, if we start going from here, we can trace this path out here and see, okay. Let's go right here and, alright, well there we go. This one leads to just 1, but let's double check. As you can see, the line I drew in black is the road that we're on right now. And if we were to see, is there a color change option? There is. If we look at the green line, right here, you will see that those two villages connect up. And if we look at the orange line, that these two villages right here also connect up. which means that what we need to do is draw a circle around that village. And that'll be the answer to our puzzle. Excellent. 10 Picarats earned, we got the puzzle correct. And usually it tells you why you were correct. That's correct. The only town that isn't connected by roads to another town is the one in the upper left area of the map. Looks like you're all ready to start solving puzzles. And with that, we can continue.
There we go. Now we should be able to make our way to the village.
Right you are. We should see it on the horizon any moment now.
Yes, we should.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say you already figured out the town's location?
Why, of course he did, Luke.
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance.
Okay, Professor Layton, excuse me for explaining it.
Things, Luke. We've arrived.
We've arrived. Here we go. And we get the title screen again. I'd like to proceed, thank you. And we get another little cutscene. These are animated in a very, I think it's Studio Ghibli style, which is very cool to see. They might not hold up when I stretch them to fit the whole screen, but they should still be okay quality. Yeah, that's a weird looking building. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village. And we're stuck on the outside. What should we do, Professor? Ah, look over there. There's a man standing on the river, on the side of the river. Maybe he can help us. So, this introduces the next bit of gameplay. Here we can see the top and bottom screens. We have a puzzle solved counter thing, our current location, our current objective, and this is a mini-map of the area we are in. We will mostly be looking down here at just the bottom screen, where we can interact with the professor. It appears that this drawbridge is the only way in or out of town. And we can also interact with the things around us. Not even the Layton mobile can make it across the river, huh? But of course, much as I adore that contraption, it is just a car after all. I'm not sure how long I'll keep the British accents up. Up here is our briefcase. There's lots of things we can do in here, such as read our journal, check out our mysteries, look at the puzzles we've solved, and save the game. There's of course more information on the top as well, of things we will learn in a little bit. So don't worry about this menu too much for right now. No, I don't want to go back to the title screen, I want to close that. Thank you for warning me. Let's talk to the guy across the road. Good day, sir. We'd very much like to gain access to the village. Could you please drop the drawbridge for us? Do I look like the sort to go dropping the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders? Huh. You got a lot of nerve. We received a letter of invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it? From Lady Dahlia? Well then, I'd sure like to lower the bridge for you, Mr. Fancy Pants, but the engine is busted, and I can only move the blasted bridge with a hand crank. Huh. There's all these infernal slots I could put the crank in, but I got no clue which one to use. Huh. So, smart guy, got any idea which one is the right one? That sounds like puzzle number 2, the crank and slot, worth 15 Picarats. Let's jump right into it. There's no way to lower the bridge and get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Choose the slot that fits the crank shown below. So here we see, I'm going to go into the memo mode. We have our 3 options here, here, and here. Can I clear the whole thing at once? I think I can. Yes. Alright, so what we have to match up is this crank right here to these different slots. And this is actually a rather simple puzzle. We have to take note of the location of the 2 squares in relation to the triangle, and realize that it can't be 2, it can't be 3, it has to be number 1.
Luke, here's my answer.
Voila! You just have to map the shape in your head onto the lock, and it will work out very easily. Rotate the crank and its silhouette shown here becomes, in orange, becomes a mirror image of the slot displayed. Nice job, now drop that bridge. Let's do it. That'll do it. Hold on a second, I'll let it down. Huh? I'm gonna say it again. I just don't feel right letting outsiders into St. Mystere. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guest, guess I'd better. At least give her my regards, you hear? Puzzle number 2, the crank and slot is now in our puzzle index. All puzzles will be added to our puzzle index once we complete them. But I won't be calling that out too much more because, well, we know how it works now, and the puzzle index isn't something we'll be visiting too often. Gosh, being able to commentate is wonderful. That opening cutscene was lengthy, but it was an essential thing to watch, for sure. Yes, we finally arrived in St. Mystere. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here. Ha ha ha. Well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. I say, Luke, this is the perfect time to explain how to move about during our investigation. Try touching that shoe icon in the lower right corner of the screen. After you do this, a set of arrows will appear on screen. Tap one to head in that direction. So remember, when you want to move, just tap the shoe, go on then, give it a try. We can tap that, and we get the option to move things around. We don't particularly want to move things around right now, though, because we would much rather talk to people, such as Ingrid. Oh, hello. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to St. Mystere, where our local export is the puzzle. Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you earn a set number of picarats. The more picarats a puzzle is worth, the tougher the puzzle will be. They say lovely things happen when you gather enough picarats. Imagine that, a reward for solving puzzles. For practice, try this little riddle that your hat reminded me of. Think good and hard before you answer. Puzzle number 3, strange hats, worth 10 picarats. These 4 top hats are all the same length, or all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are equally tall but vary in width. One of these hats has a brim and height that are the same width. Which hat is it? We have to analyze here. Take a peek at this. We're measuring this black line in comparison to the red heights. There we go, the red heights. And it's easy to see that this one doesn't fit the bill, this one doesn't fit the bill, and that one doesn't fit the bill. Hat A is the solution we are after, so we will select Hat A.
Here's my answer.
Voila! 10 picarats in the book. Puzzles will get a lot harder as the game continues, so me going through these ones quickly doesn't mean I'm like a puzzle expert or anything. That's right. This is a very famous optical illusion. An optical illusion is a visual phenomenon where your eyes perceive things differently than they actually are. There are dozens of known optical illusions. What's the world coming to when you can't even trust your own eyes? In 2008, this game predicted deepfake technology. Oh, bravo! I think you've got the hang of this. If you try your options one by one, you'll eventually find the answer. However, you also encounter lots of puzzles that can't be solved by simply trying all the answers. If you answer incorrectly, the picarats you earn from a puzzle decrease. Tough stuff, hmm? It goes to show you how important it is to think for yourself and find the answer on your own. Or Google the answers on the internet. Well then, best of luck to you. I'll be rooting for you too. Alright, let's chat with this gentleman here as well. Hehehe, what a dandy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to St. Mystere, eh? The name is Stashin Scarfin, and I've got some advice for you. Go tap that barrel back there. Don't ask questions, just do it. Okay. You found a hint coin. Hehehe, felt good, didn't it? Around these parts, that's what we call a hint coin. When you find yourself up against a doozy of a puzzle, you want a hint. Trust me on this one, fellows. And it's just those times when you want to use a hint coin to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles will be a breeze now, huh? Think again. There are a limited number of coins in the world, so don't go wasting coins on any old riddles. Because if you do, when you come across a real stumper, you'll be sorry. Real sorry. Mind you, hint coins won't always be stuffed inside barrels. Check any object that seems suspicious. I've got something special now, just for you. More stash and scarf and wisdom to share. Investigate the sign on that building over there. Go on. As you say, Mr. Stash and Scarfin, I will investigate. You found a puzzle-solving charm. Hehehe, that's a puzzle-solving charm you just found. Come on, we all knew you were expecting something original from this remake. I love the fourth wall break. Gives the new version a certain charm, don't you think? Now, you're probably thinking these charms sound like fun, aren't you? But take care. Hehehe, you were expecting me to say something like that, weren't you? Don't worry, I'm just pulling your leg this time. Charms are safe. How do you use charms? Well now. That'd be telling. They do have a use, believe you me, but it's up to you to find it. So until we meet again, goodbye, Stash and Scarfin. We will see you later. We can now advance forward into the next area of town. I've been thinking, Professor, should we be keeping a record of our investigation? You brought up a very good point, Luke. Let me explain how to go about saving the game. First, tap the trunk icon on the right side of the screen. This trunk contains all sorts of information. I explained the trunk, so I'm going to skip through it. One of those things we can do is save. We have the journal, we have puzzle index, we've got all sorts of things. Don't be afraid to use items in the trunk to help in our investigation. It'll be second nature soon enough. Enough explanation for now. Let's make our way to the Reinhold Manor. As you can see here on the top screen, the map will indicate where we should go, and the arrow is provided for us. Lead the way, Professor! Alright, this will actually start off Chapter 1, The Reinhold Manor Awaits. Make your way to the Reinhold Manor on the east side of town. Save your progress? No, we won't be saving the progress now because I'm recording a video. However, we're actually going to be ending the video here because we have completed the prologue of the game. The remaining chapters will be much longer, and I think we've gotten a little taste of what to expect for this Let's Play. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are super excited. That being said, that's going to be all for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and tell your friends about the brand new series if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys send my videos around. And I'll catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.